All right, Cancer, Sun, Sagittarius, Moons, welcome to your 2020 Sun Moon reading. When you view it is when you're meant to see it. It doesn't matter the time of year. I'm doing these in order of requests in the comments. While you're waiting for yours to get done, check out your 2019 Sun Moon readings. The first portion of this reading, we'll look at the traits of your Sun Moon combination. I'll lay out the main cards. We'll look at your 2020, take a quick look at your 2020. Second portion of this reading will be the link below to the video reading where I'll have a deeper interpretation of your cards with clarifiers. I'll be dividing the year up into 4 separate sectors. So let's get to your Sun Moon combination. So there's a duality when it comes to you guys, when it comes to Cancer, Sun, Sagittarius, Moons. The one side of you really craves security and home and, you know, nurturing and all that stuff. And then you have that Sagittarius side, so you just like wants risk, wants adventure, wants freedom, wants fiery romance. Okay, so it's always like a duality you're going to be fighting in your life. You are very optimistic, and you're very always have hope for the future. You aren't your typical gloom and doom kind of Cancer. You're usually cheerful, open-minded, have a positive outlook, very spiritual, very talkative, be a little bit on the idealistic side. You do have goals that you set the bar really high because you really have high standards for yourself, and you don't settle for second best. You have a vision that's very expansive, and it's very hard for you to, when you have several things or you're presented with several things, to narrow things down. It's very hard for you to choose only one. What else? Sometimes you, when it comes to fantasy, you reach a little bit too far. Okay, so you might want to reel that back. You should allow more time for travel, music, leisure, contemplation. You do seem like you're free-spirited and carefree, have a good social life, outgoing, you're a trusting person, you're very enthusiastic, you're always fascinated by anything that's a new idea and anything that relates to philosophy. You're never okay with what just the surface impression of something is. You like to go a little deeper and find out what's going on with things. You search for the real and true meaning in everything. You do find a little bit hard to focus your affections, but when you do settle on someone, you're very loyal and very devoted. Yeah, sticking with one person might be a little bit too hard for you, so you might date several people at a time before you actually settle down, because you guys, this combination has a tendency to get bored very easily. You do like to be an adventurer. You like to escape and have adventures. You speak your mind very directly. You're very candid. You're very frank, even though you are an emotional being. What else? Oh, be careful. You might say things that you'll regret later because your emotions kind of take over, and then you kind of spit things out. So you to make sure, like in 2020, one of the things you want to work on, it actually is tact, delivery, how you're delivering things to people and how it's being received would be probably something you might want to work on. So let's get to your reading. Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, your insight for Cancer, Sun, Sagittarius, Moons for the year 2020? Well, what do you see? What do they need to know? Any messages that can help them reach your higher ground, become closer to universe and closer to divine would be greatly appreciated. Again, Cancer, Sun, Sagittarius, Moon for the year 2020. What do you see? What do they need to know for their greater good? Any messages, please, and we thank you. Can you please show me what they can expect in January, February, March? Cancer, Sun, Sagittarius, Moons. We have the Three of Swords in reversed. Consider a personal reading if this resonates. My email's below. Just send me an email. We can go ahead and set that up. Okay, for April, May, June, we have the Two of Cups in the upright. Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on Insta. Six of Wands in reverse for July, August, September. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate in the link below. Okay, October, November, December, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, I'm not going to lie, the first half turns out really great. Second half, not so much. So I am feeling that it is leaning more towards a romantic story, but however, it's going to kind of resonate for you. So you start off in the beginning of the year, you've gotten over something that was a tremendous loss to you. Definitely heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, healing and recovering from that. Finally having the ability to move on and get past that, heal your wounds from it. And usually it's something, I mean, it could be a divorce, it could be a separation from somebody, but it can also be something where you had a project that failed, or you had a loss of a job, and that hits everybody emotionally also. Um, and it's painful too. But you come into April, May, June, you make a connection unlike no other with another person. Um, and I was saying it could be a love connection, could be a soulmate of sorts, or somebody that you feel is the one. I don't necessarily believe in the one, but someone that you feel in your heart is the one. It's just somebody that knows you like no other. And this can be a romantic partner, a friend, it could be a business partnership of some sort, but you're really connecting with this person on no level like any other, opening yourselves up to each other, usually on an emotional level. So an emotional cord that you have to somebody that's very deep. But July, August, September, and I feel like this might be being affected because um, you take a hit in regards to self-esteem. Um, for some of you, you're feeling you're getting punished for something you didn't do. Maybe you're not getting acknowledged for efforts that you put in, um, or it could just be self-doubt within yourself. But it is definitely a hit in regards to self-esteem, and I do feel like it's in regards to this relationship because in October, November, December, I see the Knight of Cups in reverse, and the person who is here, or it could be another person, but I'm feeling it's tied, I'm not going to lie. You're finding out about this person that maybe they weren't into the commitment. They have commitment issues, they disappointed you in some way. Just emotionally they're immature, they're unhealthy from an emotional standpoint. Could be moody, could be jealous, could be even abusive, usually emotionally abusive. Could be physically abusive, but we know what to do in a situation like that, right? And I feel like you're seeing this person here who you met earlier on the year, they're exposing themselves, or you're seeing a lot of red flags in regards to how they really are at the end of the year. So yeah, I mean, I don't mean to leave it on a note like that, but like I always say, hope for the best, plan for the worst, and exercise your free will. If you anticipate something coming, you may be able to exercise free will when you come upon it. Otherwise, if it resonates, consider a personal reading and/or click on the Vimeo link below. I'll be pulling the clarifiers on this. We'll go into this a little bit deeper. Check out your 2019 Sun Moon readings. Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook, check me out on Insta, like, share, subscribe, and/or donate. Otherwise, good luck to you in 2020. Bye from Veronica Garnett.